Okay. Sup, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Marvel Card Collecting and Investing with me, Ginger Man Cards. And today I'm joined by JB, Cardboard After Dark. Welcome, my friend. And before I introduce you properly, we're going to do a three-part series. We're going to talk about a lot about MCU, connect it back to Marvel Cards. But there's been exciting developments from kind of Marvel, and it's been a hell of a week, isn't it, really? In terms of announcements and what's coming up. So we're going to do 3 episodes. We're talking about sleeper character card watch. We're going to do, talk about the phases 4 to 6, what characters to look out for, what things we're most excited for, and hopefully you guys will enjoy that, and we'll go from there. But yeah, how are you, my friend? Welcome to Ginger Man Cards.
Well, so happy to be here. I'm doing great. I'm rolling right now. I'm ready.
He's got the Mando shirt on. Let's zoom out a bit as well because he's got a wicked card to the right of him as well. You got to show that card again. I'm sorry. I literally just asked off air. Look at this. That's a beauty, isn't it?
Legendary orange.
So cool.
Upside down. Just how I like it, I guess.
So nice.
Yeah, thank you.
Such a cool card, isn't it? Such a cool card. So yeah, Cardboardafterdark on Instagram. You've been a supporter of mine for a while, so I appreciate that. So thank you very much. But yeah, we wanted to get together, do a few things. But the first question you had for me was favorite MCU character to collect. Now, I don't know if this counts. I don't think it does, but I think you know what my answer will be.
Oh yeah, I think so.
So I'm going to throw that back to you.
Well, I mean, you could say it. You could still say who it is.
It's Storm. It's Storm.
Oh, okay, all right. Storm, that's a good one. I asked this question. I don't even know how to answer it. I'm gonna go with.
Isn't it?
I'm gonna stick with my boy Miles.
Miles.
Yeah, I connect with that. Ever since Into the Spider-Verse, I've been all in on Miles, and the comics too have been so great. So I'm just excited to finally see him. Maybe.
Yeah. We'll see what happens. It's going to be really good. So in terms of your Marvel card collecting, we did talk about a bit off air, but where did it all really start? Like, where did it begin for you?
It's tough. I'll say when I was a kid, I'm pretty sure I had cards and my mom threw them away. But I watched all the shows, X-Men '97, Spider-Man, Amazing Spider-Man. But this journey really started for me in about 2018. I bought a full set of 2015 Fleer Retro 1990 inserts. And 2013 also. I fell in love with those cards. I didn't even look for any more because I was happy. I was happy to have those, and that's all I needed. And that was kind of the start. And then it's been a snowball since then. Can't really even explain. Just it's been growing and growing, and I'm just happy. I'm happy to be here. Happy to talk about Marvel and cards together. That's exciting.
It's the best, isn't it? The best of both worlds. You cannot beat it. Cannot beat it.
Yeah.
So, in terms of your collection, what would you say is your kind of best card or grail card, as people say? What's the card for you that you've got in your collection? You're just like, can't beat it.
Oh, that's really good. Well, I showed you one. I'm a big error misprint guy. So
yeah.
Actually, my journey kind of started with another card too. Here, I can pull that one out too.
Awesome.
So this is a double print Marvel Masterpiece '94.
Yep.
This I picked up around the same time when I started because I'm a big air guy. But this kind of stuff I love. So I got just Black Panther. This is a Green Goblin card. But that was kind of the start too. And then if you guys have ever seen, I'm gonna post more of my misprints, but that kind of stuff I love. I love rare stuff. I love being different. So those two things, that's kind of what I. That's my focus in collecting. I just love it. I enjoy it a
Yeah,
lot.
yeah. Huge Marvel fan. I can tell. I can tell a mile off.
Um,
All right. So the other questions was hype meter, right? And this goes down. We're going to ask everyone in the comments. Let me know what you are most looking forward to. But the project, and again, we just had some announcements come from Marvel, which I'm going to let you talk about in more detail because you know more than me. Project you're most excited for, and I'll go after you.
Most excited for. Wow. Okay, so I'll just start. Probably the project I've been waiting for patiently the most is Ant-Man Quantum Mania. And second place, I would put Loki season 2 because they kind of tie together.
Yeah.
Ever since watching Loki, finishing that, spoiler alert, Kang's in there and he's tremendous. Absolute killer job by Jonathan Majors. So I just can't wait to see him. I can't wait to see him interact with some Avengers. And we heard how that there was a clip that was shown at San Diego Comic-Con this past weekend, and I think he says like, "Are you an Avenger?" He asks Ant-Man. He's like, "Are you an Avenger?" He's like, "Have I killed you before?" Like, and just those lines get me excited. I
Yeah.
can't wait to see every different version that we're gonna get, starting with the classic Conqueror version, which I'm really hyped about. But that's the project I'm most excited for, or those two
Yep.
next year. And um, I love time travel. Um, any time travel story, I'm in. You know,
Yeah.
so
It's
I'm
clever, isn't it? It's always clever. Awesome. Yeah, we were just talking about a little bit off air, but I have to say, Wakanda Forever, Black
cool.
Panther, man, I'm pumped for that. Like when I saw, I think it was like a minute clip. Can't remember where I saw it, but I thought it was just very moving. With Chadwick Boseman, who's sadly passing away. Like how they're going to progress, and how that story's going to evolve. We also saw which character was it again? Namor.
Namor, yep.
Um, we saw him. I think that's really cool. Like wicked. Can't wait to see what they do with that. That's just super fascinating. Um, and yeah, I have to say Loki too. Loki, the series Loki, I wasn't wowed by, but it's very very intriguing. I'm thinking,
Oh,
okay,
yeah.
what are they going to do next with this?
Yeah,
Um,
definitely.
so yeah, it's gonna be fascinating to see what happens with those two. But again, there's loads of other projects again which we're going to discuss probably in a separate episode because there's so much to go through. And just
Oh,
one note, just linking it back to Marvel cards, and I talked about this a while ago in some of my other episodes. We saw Loki sales peak, like we saw some of them rise in value pre the Disney Plus series coming out. So we're hoping, with the episodes, we can kind of link that in and talk about some maybe characters that haven't really been discussed or in terms of popularity. So that's also a big thing, right?
oh yeah.
And that leads us on to kind of which character has the most potential for a popularity boost. And I'll let you go with that one.
So there's a lot of different options. We could go in order of the timeline. Because even Groot, I'm like,
Mm,
I don't know, it's baby Groot. Like,
so
not,
cool.
not too many cards, but I'm thinking, like, I always think about what kids watch and how that's going to impact them in the future.
Yep.
Like, because that happened to me. I remember being a kid collecting cards, and I'm older, double that, and I just Spider-Man is like in my blood, right? And I'm sure it's in many of us. And you mentioned Namor. which is already a pretty big character, like in comics and in cards as well. A lot of different cards for them.
Yeah.
Just going down the list here, I I think I think Kang is, as far as like villains, I think that is one to definitely watch, just because there's not that many cards for Kang. I can name them probably all on two hands. I mean, even if you look on ComC, it's just one page,
Yes.
even for them. And a lot of them are like repeat arts. Um, but that is definitely one that I'm watching. Uh, even Secret Invasion, Super Scroll, that character is huge.
Hmm.
Big in video games, I remember, and it's going to be a big part moving forward, just in the storyline. And it has some cool cards as well. Um, and then Guardians of the Galaxy 3, a lot
I
of
was going
Adam
to say,
Warlock fans.
I
Yeah,
can't, I can't believe I didn't even mention that.
yeah,
That's definitely up there for me.
definitely that movie is going to be the end of a trilogy, and it's going to be emotional. It's going to be incredible. I'm sure.
Hmm.
One and two are probably some of the best. I mean, one of the best.
Yeah.
It was underrated, honestly.
Yep.
I feel. Um, a lot of Adam Warlock stands out there, fans too. So that could be interesting. And then keep looking down. You got Loki, the Marvels, Blade. Blade is, I didn't even think about, but Blade started this whole thing. His
Hmm.
movie, Wesley Snipes, and they cast just the right actor, and his cards are sweet. I've seen a lot of good ones. Like the one in the Masterpiece, I think it was 2016.
Yep.
That one's awesome. Um, Ironheart, but I think the one, and it's not really a sleeper character because people love Daredevil already, but to think of Daredevil as an actual cornerstone for street level heroes, I think is a big deal. 18 episodes there's a lot to eat there. It's like 3 seasons in one, so we don't
Hmm.
know if there's going to be team ups. I'm almost guaranteed there's going to be team ups in the Daredevil Born Again storyline, because that is supposed to lead into Thunderbolts. Thunderbolts is going to end Phase 5, and I've been reading that that's going to be the major team up movie. One of them is going to be for villains. So
That's going to be fascinating. Yeah.
I think Kingpin is associated with Thunderbolts. So Kingpin is going to be a big deal in Daredevil. So I really think there's going to be some stuff there. There's going to be a lot of stuff to think about in those 18 episodes. Which characters are we going to get? Are we going to get Midnight Suns? We're going to get Punisher back, Ghost
Oh,
Rider. I mean,
yeah.
those are those are all huge characters.
Yep.
Um, so I try to think of Daredevil as Spider-Man was kind of he was like a big part of the multiverse shift. His movie No Way Home introduced us to that, and I think Daredevil is going to be that important moving forward. And of course, there's the big Avengers movies. I mean,
I mean, let's not even talk about those.
I don't even have time to talk about those.
I don't
Those
think so.
movies are probably going to be like 3, 4. I can't even. But so hyped for them.
Yeah, definitely. When I saw that, I was like, no way. Just insane.
And
Can't
there will
wait.
be more too. They held back stuff, so in
Hmm.
September at D23, we're gonna get probably some casting, probably some directors. Um, and I heard today that the Shang-Chi director is gonna be directing Quantumania. That gets me super hyped.
Shang-Chi was awesome.
Oh yeah, that movie just introducing new characters and just the flow. I can't wait. I can't wait for Quantumania.
It's going to be sick.
Yeah.
So good. So good. So yeah, all right. Out of the characters we've just talked about, who do you think, in terms of Marvel cards, will have the most potential for popularity boost? Like one character. What you think is Kang?
Well, I would say for villains, yes.
Okay.
Kang for sure. Yeah, I mean, my list is mostly villains, but
Yeah.
there are some like High Evolutionary is going to be in Guardians of the Galaxy 3. He has a few cards, and the
Hmm.
actor, he's an incredible actor. I like to think of the actor too when I'm making these decisions, and that's kind of how I. That's one of the things that I like to base it on.
Yeah.
So Kang, Kang for the villains, and I'm gonna go with Daredevil. I'm gonna go with Daredevil.
Really?
He's already collected a lot, right?
Yeah.
Uh, and also, this is not a pop or this is popular already, but Black Suit Symbiote Spider-Man, I still think
Yeah.
might be under. I still think might be
Underrated.
underrated. I do. I just he's already big, so it's hard to say.
Mm.
There are some cards out there where I'm like, wow, I can't believe that they're this low, or um, in that particular. And I did have a sleeper pick. I know you asked me for one. I just gave you three.
Go on.
I got one Secret War sleeper pick, and that's Molecular Man. Um,
Really?
really powerful being, one of the most powerful and one of the most integral parts in the Secret Wars, just in that storyline. So if once they cast that, or I guess we'll find out maybe in a couple years, but doesn't have that many cards either.
I was about to say I can't think of loads of sets that character's in.
No, 1990. Um, there's an
Surely
insert in
there's some earlier
2008
ones.
masterpiece.
Yeah, that might be worth looking at.
Probably, I can't think of any right now. Um, but yeah, because like population um, definitely means something moving forward, especially. And I don't know which of these characters they're gonna print in any future products.
Yep.
So we'll see. Um,
That's the other thing as well. Like we've got lots of new product coming out. I haven't seen checklists for anything yet. So what characters will be in it. That's another
yeah,
discussion to have as well, I guess.
the checklist for Fleer Ultra Avengers, I think the base is like 105 or 115 or 92, and then a high series up to
Yep.
115. So I mean, 92 seems like a lot, but also not really. We just named off a bunch of characters that you know are associated with the Avengers in a
100%.
way.
And which, I mean, this kind of ties into what we've just talked about, but in terms of Marvel cards, which characters are most slept on, in your opinion?
Almost slept on overall.
Yeah.
Uh, hmm.
And again, it's a difficult question because it can be subjective based on
Oh yeah, 100%.
on what you like in the movies and series. And
Of course, most slept on. Um, I still feel like Doctor Doom is slept on. A lot of hype, though.
a lot of
A lot
collectors out there.
It gets a lot of love, right?
Mm,
I see a lot of artwork and a lot of collectors collect Doom, but Doom is he's he. I mean, he's as big as important as Iron Man, and even more so. Plus, the actor who's rumored to be playing him is incredible. So,
yep.
um, if that happens, I could see Doom just skyrocket. It doesn't really have that many high end cards. Few, just a handful, maybe. A lot,
Yeah.
a lot of prints, but
There's a lot of there's various sets. He has some really nice stuff in, but yeah, I think that's definitely one to look out for. I would say you mentioned it earlier, Groot, Baby Groot. I think I don't know. I'm pretty sure I said about this before, but I don't know. For me, just so funny. It's just so good. And I'm just thinking about like Star Wars. You've got Baby Yoda,
Yep.
whatever you want, Yoda. I see Groot in that kind of similar kind of
Right.
area. I don't know. Again, this is all completely
Oh, yeah.
subjective and just for fun, but
That's their intention. That was their plan the whole time to get us.
exactly.
Um,
Exactly. So yeah, we'll see what happens with that. But yeah, Groot is definitely, I don't know, man.
there's
One of those
there's
characters.
some really cool baby Groot cards. I think they come from
Yeah.
Guardians too.
Mhm.
Might be the only set with them. I have one. It's a wooden card. Let
Really?
me show you.
Yeah, man.
Grab ring.
Yeah, because I've looked on ComC. Ah, yeah. Seen that.
Probably
Yeah,
seen these around, but I mean,
makes sense, doesn't it? It makes sense.
it makes sense, and it's really cool.
That is cool.
I mean, Wood from Guardians 2. It's an insert. I mean, we could see more of him, but I don't think so. I don't think I Am Groot is going to get a box or cards. So it is
No,
interesting.
it is. That's a nice card, man. What other stuff have you picked up? I want to see now. You're going to get these other cards out.
I know. I just I had. I mean, I brought out some stuff, just some sleeper stuff, and this stuff is selling on like eBay. Like, not that many, but I've held on to
Avengers
this
10.
for a while. Like, I love that, and even I have the Kang masterpiece from 2016. That one's pretty cool.
Yeah, nice.
I've been holding on to that one for a while, but yeah, it's exciting stuff. There's just too many characters.
Yeah, too much.
There's
And
even
another question we had
yeah.
was thoughts on, and again, not really a product that we talked much about on, well, anywhere Marvel card wise, but Upper Deck Allure 2022. I haven't done too much research on it. I don't actually know where it's going to come out. But yeah, your thoughts?
Yeah. A lot of thoughts. I heard they're going to be made by the Chromium company. So they're going to be very similar to Vibranium, which
Shiny.
been on a wave recently. But people are hungry for product. It doesn't seem like we're going to get Black Diamond until maybe, at this rate, Phase 5, I think. So I think the potential has a lot of potential. Of course, we have to see the cards.
Yeah.
But at its price point right now, even though we don't know when it's going to release, it might be the second biggest MCU set besides Black Diamond. So
Yep.
I'm excited for it. Even though it's characters from the past too, it's still exciting. Just to pull an auto, I think.
Yeah, it'd be sick.
Really,
I think that's really gonna. And again, we're people. Well, I'm personally someone that's come from Marvel movies. That's where all this has come from, really. So I think that's gonna have a nice, as you just talked about, autos from MCU. I mean, it just makes sense, doesn't it? It really appeals to a lot of people.
yeah, I'm excited. Cool. I'm definitely excited for it.
Have you managed to pick up some boxes?
A few for
have
now.
You?
I was pretty happy with it, and there's a decent number of packs in them too.
Yeah,
so it's not going to be, I think, one pack like in Black Diamond. It's not a super premium product. It's just a regular premium product, I guess. So I'm excited to open them up to see what they look like.
Make sure it's live on YouTube on your channel, yeah?
Oh, for sure, yeah. Whenever that will be.
Yeah. Yeah, whatever. It could be next year. Who knows?
Maybe end of the year. Well, we'll see.
Yeah. Any other product that you're most looking forward to? Again, I'm sure it is all of it, but anything in particular that you're going to go after, you're going to go hard? Any like anything you're going to break down?
Uh, definitely, definitely Fleer Ultra
Many
Avengers.
people doing that.
I just like. I mean, obviously, as big of an MCU fan, it seems like a clear choice, and a lot of news, a lot of stuff about it has gotten me really hyped. Even the medallions, I've seen the sport version of them from the '90s, and they look really promising. I feel like the artwork for the medallions is going to be the top notch. I don't think they're going to be base like the base artwork. They're going to
Yeah.
be, I think, separate because we've all seen the She-Hulk and I think the Thanos, which are just insane. So I want to see the Spider-Man. A lot of speculation on what the Spider-Man is going to look like. Um, Wolverine is in that set too. Venom is going to be in that set.
Huge cards.
The Venom by Simone Bianchi. Like, I've, yeah, they've given me a lot of reasons to enjoy the set. I guess I'm just excited to open it up because I never got a chance to get my hands on some Fleer Ultra, and that's been. I mean, obviously, we all know how popular they are now,
Yeah.
but
Even the inserts from those sets. So
um,
I think there are a lot of people in the same position that haven't actually. Again, we are gagging for Marvel product, but they're in the
yeah,
same position where they haven't actually had an opportunity to rip some of that that new product. Maybe they come into Marvel cards 5 months ago, something like that. You've not really had much of a
yeah,
choice.
a lot,
Do you know what I mean?
no, a
And
lot of new
especially going
people,
after
and
exactly. And then there's people who've been collecting for a long time, well before you and me, but who have acquired certain sets or certain characters. Everyone's on the same playing field when a new product comes out. Do you know what I mean? It's about um, who can do not the most, but who can get what they want. So it's gonna be fascinating to watch anyway. Um,
definitely.
and then the final question for this episode would be: what do you think will be announced at D23?
Good question. Um, I've seen a lot of makeup movie trailer.
So have I.
Oh, Doctor Strange 3. I don't know. I would say I want to meet the cast of like or the directors, whoever they choose for Fantastic Four.
Mm,
I don't know how much they're gonna announce. Honestly, I would like to see more casting.
yep.
Um, and I did hear something today that the Thunderbolts, um, they're gonna announce more of the details on that too. So Phase 5, and we didn't even talk about the X-Men. Like, obviously, the X-Men is going to be if we get anything like that. Um, but I I heard a rumor that they are not allowed to talk about it till 2025. I don't know if that's true. I guess
Yeah.
it kind of makes sense because we haven't heard anything. But at the same time, or maybe
Yeah.
or
It's
maybe they're just
crazy.
waiting until X-Men '97 comes out. I mean,
Yep.
that's gonna be canon. That's gonna be a part of this multiverse saga as well. Um, so that's gonna be really interesting to see that. But what do you think?
So I mean, my thought. I mean, well, just to step back from it and think. It's been a crazy few days in terms of being a Marvel fan. um, but like, how well do Marvel approach announcing things? Like, how well do they like not even advertise it, market it? Through whatever social media channel it will be. Like, it's so hyped. Like, you can scroll through TikTok now. For me, anyway, every other video is Marvel trailer, someone talking about a Marvel trailer. You know, you've got YouTube, Emergency Awesome, talking about different Easter eggs and all this stuff. It's just like huge, isn't it? That's the thing. It just blows my mind more than anything with the way that Marvel continue to create such. I don't know what the word is, but it's genius, really.
Yeah, it's
Genius.
still kind of in awe. I know a lot of people kind of lost maybe a little bit of hope. They're like, oh, it's a lot of projects, and maybe they didn't hit as much as we thought, or it wasn't Winter Soldier 2. But those projects are coming.
Mhm.
They have given us every reason to continue to trust them, even though there's a ton of other projects out there, and they still manage to surprise us a little bit, even though
Yeah, that's the thing, isn't it?
yeah, even though many of us have called it right, but
Yep.
still, even still, like even like with the Avengers, the Kang Dynasty, like okay,
Yeah.
that was pretty that
Mad.
was surprising,
Madness.
and
Yeah.
Daredevil, that was crazy, like
Crazy. So cool. But yeah, I think that wraps up this first episode. And again, I said we're going to do a 3-part series. So much more to talk about. But yeah, thank you for joining us. Thank you for coming on. Cardboard After Dark, JB. Follow him on
thank you, man.
Instagram, YouTube, all that good stuff. I'll link it down below in the description. Hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you in the next one. Thanks, JB.
Peace.
Peace.